Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Punk Rock Review, home of a bunch of opinionated crap you don't care about, also the home of the feedback you provide that we don't care about, keeps us on an even playing field, and we like that. So, real quick, before we get into the subject at hand, gotta give a shout out to Tech Industries. If you're in the mood for a Taiwanese hooker to come straight to your residence in a confidential manner, Tech Industries is the way to go with on that. Alrighty, with all that being said, jumping straight into the topic, today we're going to be talking about a Flash game that was put out onto the market by Dulmari Games. And what is that game called? Well, that game is called The End of Time Original. In theory, the original's in parentheses, whatever. So, we got a chance to check this out, man. Full disclaimer, we did not beat the game. So, as far as, lengthwise, not sure entirely, how far it goes or anything like that. But as far as the game itself, mad props for this being put out there on the little site. I think you can get to it from scratch.mit.edu. We don't do research or anything. We'll try and make and we don't do links, but we'll try and put a link of sorts, or at least a little bit more in the description, man, of the game. But let's jump straight into it. So Dulmari Games, in theory that's, pronounced that way, have put this out on the market. And once you get it down as far as, kind of what you can do in the game and what you're kind of supposed to do in the game, man, it's good to dink around with or whatever, good fun. But I can't inherently say, anything negative about it, because it is, just 10 times better than anything that, we could possibly put out on the market. With that being said, I can critique it and kind of make some, suggestions that would even, propel it to a further level of, playability and desire for playability, or, however you want to chalk that up. First and foremost would be, adding a music of sorts or whatever, just any kind of, synthesizer and stuff, even if it's just like a mono, kind of tone, like doom, doom, doom. But there are sound effects which are cool, man. You shoot your gun, and that all sounds great for what it is. And of course, it's a little Flash game, man. So it's fun to mess around with. But I could really see it going forward, man, and kind of being put onto little mobile game stores and stuff like that. And people could have some good fun with it. What are some other things about it? I would say that as far as the mapping of the keys, I found that a little bit frustrating. I'm not sure if there's a way to change it or not. Didn't even, kind of mess with the settings, man. Like, our computer sucks. Alienware, where's your sponsorship? Or Microsoft, send us free shit. Our computer just completely sucks. So, I didn't try and, change any mapping of the keys, as far as the controls on the game or anything like that. Not sure if that's possible or not. But I would recommend, the defend and the shoot buttons, being moved to somewhere where you could, play, in essence, on a keyboard with, both your hands. I was kind of like this or whatever, man, and thumb in the space bar, but, I was able to do it. One or two, issues with, the transitions on a couple of the, screens. I want to say it was one right after the spikes that come down, the first set of spikes that come down. There's an issue with a transition on a screen. But, all in all, once you learn that you have to pick up your gun in order to go around and, use it, then, there's some good fun to be had. Also, enemies have a tendency to be able to jump through the levels at different points, man. So if you're on a platform and there's an enemy there and you're up here, on occasion, man, he'll kind of be able to jump through. And I find that to be unfair. I want the enemy to have to go up to my level to get to me, and or me go down to his to get to him. Kind of unfair, man, as far as, them being able to go through the actual platform on occasion. But it is what it is, a couple things that could be tweaked, man, but all in all, mad props for it being put out there, man, and, mad props for, allowing me the chance to, play it. The End of Time Original, huh? Dulmari Games. What do we think of you? Man, we think that you get a, You get a big old G. That's great, man. Independent developers and game makers, are definitely, necessary to propel the industry, man, and keep moving it forward and things like that. So, for anyone who's interested, check it out, man. Or don't do what you do. We do what we do. It's a good little, rundown of some fun, man. And I think a lot of fun can be held with it, and I think it could be improved upon and, made even better. But anyhow, have a good one. You probably didn't. Catch you next time. Probably won't.